There are now over 70,000 children who have been taken from their families in the UK.
I'd like you to open the door, otherwise I'm going to have to just unlock it. Do you know what time of day it is?
Kids in care are more at risk of failing school and committing crime than any other group. We followed children in Coventry for 6 months to see what it's like to grow up in care.
Not at the windows! Not at the windows!
3-year-old Connor has already gone through 3 foster homes and a failed adoption. Social workers are trying to have him adopted again.
Stop!
But Connor wants to stay.
Connor, Chris has got to go to school, sweetheart.
14-year-old Shannon has been in care for 5 years because of her mother's drug and alcohol abuse.
I lost all my children, lost my house. I sit every day now and regret for that, Shannon.
Social workers are now worried Shannon may follow in her mother's footsteps.
I don't want to see you throwing away all your spare time to go off drinking and smoking weed.
Connor, who's also 14, has lived with 13 different families, but just wants to be with his mum.
I can remember what it's like being in a foster family. I can't really remember what it's like being on my own.
But the social workers must decide if it's safe.
What, so I've got to abide by every single thing you say? No, you're a complete prick. No, see you later, bye.
Seen what he's done to others, seen the bruises on staff's heads and things like that.
What is it like to grow up with the state as a parent? Since the death of baby P, the number of children taken into care has risen by 40%, but there has been no increase in the number of foster families. Each new case presents children's services with an acute problem. In Coventry, 2 children have just been removed from their grandmother's caravan by police. The children's placement team must now find them a safe place to stay.
Yeah, I'm dealing with 2 placements that are at RAS.
Child protection social workers are taking them to stay with Betty, one of just 3 emergency foster carers for the city. Tonight, she must provide room for 2 children from Blackpool.
But this 3-year-old is so badly damaged. He kicks, he spits, he bites, he screams. It's impossible for them to cope with. They'll be so distressed. They went from one house to another house, to friends and family, and now they're getting picked up and brought here to a complete strange house. They'll be screaming their heads off. Here they are. Hello, darling. Hello.
This little one's fast on.
There.
There's the doggy.
That's a little doggy for you. It's beautiful and it's just for you. Oh. Hello.
The doggy.
Yeah, you like doggies? Oh, look, isn't she beautiful?
Put this up.
There must be absolutely shattered.
Is this little baby at any risk? You know, you're saying bites, spits, kicks.
This was not with his sister. It was somebody outside of his
family group. Yeah, okay. 1 o'clock. This is an early night, isn't it?
It's early for me, yeah.
Right.
In her time as an emergency foster carer, Betty has looked after more than 1,000 children.
There's a lot of people think these kids are bad.
No, they're not bad. Not at all. Not at all. Out of the 1,000 that they're saying has come through here, I would be very hard pushed to tell you 4 or 5 that were bad. Right? They're not bad.
What are they then?
Confused, damaged, abused, yeah? Or just growing up, yeah? All those kind of things, yeah?
Three days later, social workers take the children to what they hope will be a longer-term foster home.
Feeling quite happy that they've been placed. They're going to be settled. And I'm on duty tonight, so you don't know what's going to happen, do you?
Betty is on the front line of care. Beyond her are social workers, a small number of foster families, and an even smaller number of adoptive families. Frequent moves at an early age leave children confused. 3.5-year-old Connor has already been moved 4 times, including a failed adoption.
We need one.
He now thinks his foster carers are his parents.
Who do you live with, Connor?
Mum and Dad, because he died.
He probably has always called me mum, but he's always called everybody else mum as well. Even the ladies at play school as well, he'd call them mum too. So realistically, that was something that we felt, you know, needed to be built on with him. So now it is only me that does, you know, is called mum. But it's a job title more than anything else, and that's how Connor's seen it. Wow, well done. Oh, what a big boy.
You're not a big boy, Mum.
You're not a big boy.
The Wincotts also have 2 teenage daughters of their own.
I used to be like, he's a kid and I really feel sorry for him that he doesn't have mum and dad, but they're my mum and dad. I don't really want him to call them mum and dad. But you can't really take that away from a 3-year-old, can you, really?
The family are waiting for a phone call starting the adoption process again. It could come at any time.
Come on, off the sofa, Connor, now.
The Wincotts will then have to explain that they are not his real family, and Serena is not his real mother.
I don't really want to think how Mum's going to say it to him, because there's no right words to say it in. I think Mum's going to have a hard job trying to do that, because she loves him, so... and he loves her.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Mum.
Hello, darling.
We're back in your chair.
You're on the back of my chair.
Hello.
Hello. Can I have a kiss this morning?
Why?
Why? Because I'd like one.
The average foster placement for a child lasts only 9 months. 21-year-old social worker Chris Rogers is off to move a teenager also called Connor, whose placements have failed. Coventry are running out of options for him.
Connor went through 12 foster carers in his history. He's a lovely young lad, really. He's just very sensitive about his mum and things like that as well. So Connor can lash out and be quite verbally and physically aggressive if he wants to be. Connor's threatened social workers before. He held his social worker up previously with a knife. Well, that's quite a while ago now, but he has done that. So he can be an interesting young lad.
Connor was taken into care when he was just 3 years old because of his mother's drug use and poor living conditions. Connor's new home will be the Grange. It's the only children's home locally that he hasn't been kicked out of.
Hi, Chris Rogers and Connor are here for his first visit. Thanks.
Do you want to come through to the living room? We'll just have a quick chat before we get you settled in your bedroom and that, yeah? Yeah. All right, mate. Shouldn't be anyone around. Take a seat, mate. How are you feeling? All right. Not nervous? No. I've had a lot of young people that have been here before and they're really nervous when they come here, but there's nothing to worry about. All right, name. Connor. Your gender's male. Warning signs: drugs, violence, solvent abuse, depressed, self-harm, absconsion. Gather information to help form an immediate risk assessment. Okay. Do you smoke? Yeah. All right.
Cigarettes or anything else?
Cigarettes on weed.
Cigarettes on weed. Specific needs: immediate religious identity, dietary, cultural, racial needs, vegetarian, hair colour, skin, all requirements. Do you have any needs at all?
Don't like cheese.
You don't like cheese? That's all right. And obviously weed and that. Do you smoke that quite often, would you say?
You were saying twice a week last time?
Well, since I've been I don't think I've gone at least longest a day without weed.
Really?
You know all the health implications.
Hello?
Would that be a yes?
Hello? What? Oh, in the meantime?
Be quick. It's a good kid, really. Well, it can be.
5 care homes, 13 foster homes. Well, the last 2 I've been in, they both lasted 3 years, so...
What did they end?
Well, one of them wasn't my fault. I was getting too old for the home. And the other one, I just sold too many staff at the end of it all, really. But I asked them to leave me alone, but they didn't, so I just lashed out, really.
What have you heard about the Grange before you got there?
Well, I have been told some of it's just a walkover. The kids wall it, basically. So that's what I've been told by people that used to live here.
Seriously?
So, yeah.
Do you hope it's going to be like that?
Would be nice.
The Grange is a place for teenagers who have been unable to stay in foster families.
So, Connor, welcome to the Grange from all the staff and young people. Very nice.
Are you stoned, Connor?
Don't worry, you'll get used to it. I always look stoned.
That's the stuff you can't have.
Stuff you can't have. Okay. Hip flask.
Yeah, and there's a PSP game in there, which is an 18, so we can't have that yet.
Connor will be living with 7 other teenagers and 15 staff who work on shifts. Across the hall is 14-year-old Shannon. She is in care due to her mother's drink and drug problems.
Good morning, Hezron.
15-year-old Hezron was taken into care at the age of 4. After 8 foster homes, he is now happily settled at the Grange.
You'll be fine, because you're very bright. Of course you will.
I'm not bright.
You're very bright. I went to parents' evening. I know you're bright. I need you to start moving.
Care worker Jackie Mallet must get the kids out of bed and to school on time.
You want me to bring your cup of tea up? How many sugars? 3. Nice cup of tea coming up. Right,
lately, Shannon's been missing school.
I've been to Shannon twice. I've said to her, Kevin's taking the first time. Then you told me Marina. I went back to Shannon, told her Marina. Who's taking Shannon, Keeps?
2 pencils and
said
a rubber.
one.
Bring 2, because if
Yeah,
one
I
breaks...
don't want to. I'm not shy.
Sure, okay.
I'm very annoyed about this cup of tea, because if anybody made me a cup of tea like yourself, I'd be like, I know I'd get, oh, you didn't drink my tea then, Mallet. Oh, that won't make you one again, Mallet. Good. Good.
What's this of?
Connor needs this placement to succeed. If it doesn't work out, he will have to move across the country, even further from his mother.
I hope it lasts, because the place after this will be me moving to Hull, so, and that's totally opposite way from my mum. So.
Your mum's very important to you.
Yeah.
How often do you get to see her?
Once every 6 weeks, so it's better than before. It used to be 6 times a year, so.
I'm like that. When I got married and then I got divorced,
Connor carries a life storybook he made with the help of social workers to help him understand his past.
That used to be Chris and Colin, my old foster carers.
That's nice.
When he was 8 years old, Connor's mother took him from care and they both ran away. Now he can only see his mother supervised by social workers, a ruling he hopes to change.
Well, it used to be Chris and Colin.
Says, I'll never hand over my son, says runaway mum. Speaking exclusively to the Evening Telegraph, Mrs. said, I am no angel, but I want to keep my son. I am never going to hand him over. I love my son, and they will have to drag him off me, kicking and screaming.
It's where all the bigger bedrooms are. This used to be my bedroom. As you can see, look, my name carved into the door. They will never get rid of me.
After his father was murdered, Hezron was taken into care.
Look at this. Who's that sexy bastard, you say?
In the past few years, Hezron was in regular trouble with police, until the Grange found him a new hobby.
I got into horse riding for youth offenders. I didn't even like it at first. I thought they were proper snobby. But they weren't, it was just because I was common as muck. That was the only reason I thought they were snobby. Because I was a right little chav.